All right, it's about superhero movies. Surprise, surprise. Joe wants to know, because RDJ only had 2 movies on his contract, do we think that he might die in Cap 3?
No, they signed a new deal. I mean, remember, before the news came about Captain America Civil War, RDJ was talking. Now, he had 2 films left, and that was going to be Avengers 3 and Avengers 4, I believe it was going to be. And so he was on the talk show host circuit and talking about how we're having talks. There are discussions. There are negotiations going on. So clearly, since he only had 2 films left, and he's got Civil War, and we know he's going to do Ultron, Avengers 3 and 4. He's going to do the Infinity Parts 1 and 2. So he's doing Avengers 3 and 4. There's 3 films right there. So clearly he signed a new deal. Yeah. Now, how long that deal goes, I don't know. But I'll tell you this. They're not going to kill off the Tony Stark character. There's no way. That is the highest grossing character they have. It would be a stupid business move for them to do. And even if Kevin Feige himself, look, Kevin Feige's in control of everything at Marvel, but even if Feige wanted to kill off Iron Man and Tony Stark, there's no way his bosses would ever allow that. It's not going to happen. And now, they may not have RDJ forever, but then they'll just get another actor in to play Tony Stark. It's
They'll just
inevitable.
buy him a country until he.
But I have not heard the details about RDJ's new deal, which he obviously has. Have you guys heard anything about the new deal?
No, and I just think from just going off the comic storylines, you need Tony Stark for the next couple of movies too. But it doesn't say Chris Evans is going to make it through all the way. We don't know. We don't know where that Civil War storyline is going to go and lead up into, Infinity 1 and 2. We don't know where that's going. So I think you need, not only just because it's profitable, which I agree with, but I think for the overall arc of what they've done from Iron Man 1 until the end of Phase 3, it makes sense to have Tony Stark. Yeah. Whereas Chris Evans, Cap could die and be a part of the storyline. It makes sense, not just to kill him off, because it would further emotional
really
ties.
Emotional tie.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Evans has expressed wanting to leave the franchise and direct and focus on other things. He's been very vocal about it. So it would work with the storyline, with emphasis, with intensity, and with, making the actor happy.
I say if you look forward in 10 years in the future, like Evans is gonna leave Captain America for a couple years, direct maybe like 2 movies, and he's gonna be like, I want to come back to Captain America. Can I please come back to Captain America? Just like Bale has had that weird 30 minutes of staring off, inner crying, realizing I've just passed the torch. This cinematic universe is different. It's not like, oh, I'm part of Nolan's universe. This is a living, breathing cinematic universe where we talked about that yesterday, where when they first started, you got rid of Terrence Howard, swap out the Hulk. It didn't matter that much because it was just starting. Now we're kind of entrenched. And for someone to replace Tony Stark, for me, that would just suck. I feel the same way about Chris Evans and Hemsworth and everybody. So they're all actors, and actors like to work, and actors like to be liked when they're in films. So
and they like money.
And
I heard that.
I heard that. I heard Downey Jr. likes money. All those things considered.
That's just a rumor. It hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah, I can't confirm that rumor either, guys.
I still miss Howard, by the way. I love Cheadle, but I do miss Howard.
Yeah, I miss Howard too. But remember this too. Like with this isn't like the comic books where a new issue comes out every single week. Like Chris Evans saying that he would like to step away from acting for a bit and do a couple films. Well, in the Marvel timeline, the way everything's set up, you can have Captain America in Civil War, you can have Captain America in the Avengers films, and then you can have other movies for 3 years and not have Captain America die. He's still there, but he's not in any films for like 2-3 years. They've got like 15 characters now they're running with. Right. In that time frame, he could easily go and shoot 2 films. Yeah. And then, just when they're ready for Captain America, he comes back. So I've never believed that he's retiring or is gone from it. I just think they're going to take a break from the character. I think they're going to take a break from a couple of characters. I think Thor is going to have a break coming up
after Ragnarok.
Probably after Ragnarok, after the Avengers stuff. I think Thor's going to have a bit of a break, but then they'll come back to Thor later. And I think that's probably what's going to happen.
And might I suggest, since we're talking about a 10-year span, that they maybe shoot a trilogy in a year. Like Arrow is 22 episodes Flash is 22 episodes, Gotham is 22 episodes, technically almost 20 hours of content. I think Marvel can step up and say, we're going to shoot 3 Inhumans, 3 Doctor Stranges.
I think you get a better chance, though, that after Phase 3. I think that...
I agree.
No, I think that that's very possible, too. Even going back to Star Wars again, too, is that even when they rumored that Obi-Wan thing, to where it would be just a separate trilogy of Obi-Wan, to where you could absolutely do that with Marvel and DC, but continuing this first story arc that they're doing. But I agree with you. I think that would be really smart to do.
But at this point, I think if I'm an exec at Marvel, even as successful as everything else has been, I don't think you launch into a plan for 3 films with a property that you haven't even done 1 film with yet.
I agree.
I think you do 1 Inhumans. If it works, if it's like Guardians of the Galaxy successful, then you can sit back and go, okay, that worked. Okay, plan Inhumans 2, 3, and 4. Let's shoot them back to back, release them once a year, blah, blah, blah.
I should have said Iron Man 4, 5, and 6, Captain America 4, 5, 6, Thor 4, 5, 6. Just so that you get those in the can, then you can release them every other year, and those guys can then do whatever they need to do.
Well, Iron Man can hijack Captain's movie anyway since he's in it, so he doesn't need to be in it.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC Movie Talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.